What do you see when you look in the mirror? I mean, we all see something, right? What do you see when you stare into that smooth, reflective surface? I was reminded of this the other day when I was in the bathroom putting on my makeup, which is a rare occasion for me because I have 2 little kids and I hardly ever get a minute in front of the mirror. But anyway, I was putting on my mascara and, you know, just noticing things about my face and complaining to myself and, you know, the verbal abuse session that we all go through. And I didn't realize at the time, but my little daughter, Mercy, she was actually in the room and she was staring at me this entire time. I didn't really think about it until I looked over at her and just her big blue eyes were just staring up at me, kind of mimicking what I was doing with my makeup. And all of a sudden I thought, wow, she is really taking in what's going on. She was like a mime, just mimicking the things that I was doing. And then at that moment I just began to think, I wonder if she's receiving any of the feelings that I have for myself. As I'm telling myself these things in the mirror, I wonder if she is able to actually mimic and reflect those things, which concern me because I was not being very nice to myself in the sense of I wasn't encouraging myself and I wasn't edifying myself. And so all of this really had an impact on my life, which is kind of random because it's such a small thing, but I really felt like God spoke to me in that and just began to convict me of the things that I'm saying to myself. As she's staring at me and trying to mimic who I am, I was convicted that perhaps I should be a little nicer to myself. As a mom, I know that I'm basically her hero, and I'm the things that I say to myself and the way that I treat myself is ultimately what she's going to look up to in life. So God really spoke to me and told me that I better get my stuff together and start taking care of myself emotionally and just being able to speak in His words and His life over who I am, my identity in Him. So I decided from this point forward that there's no more abusing myself in front of the mirror, that I'm going to encourage myself and edify myself, especially just to grow as a person, but for those little eyes that are looking up at me and just waiting for an example to mimic in her life. And so I would encourage you to think about the things that you say to yourself. What is it that you wake up to every morning when you step in front of that mirror and speak to yourself? What are the things that you're saying? Is it edifying you or is it discouraging you? There is a generation that is watching us, not only our own children, but people who maybe don't even know the Lord. And it's our job to be His hands, His feet, His body, and to really show Christ to the world. So my question is to you, what are you saying to yourself?